Yeehaw, everybody, and welcome to Northgard. This is going to be my. This is I can hear myself, but it's okay. Um, this is my first time going to play medium difficulty. This game is really hard. I've been playing it on like easy, and so I haven't done it on hard medium, but it's really hard, and I've lost every time I've done medium. So I'm gonna try this one on medium, see how well I do, and I'm gonna try not to lose. Now that I know a little bit what I'm doing. So there's different factions, clans, and they each have different abilities, both in the tech trees. They have different tech tree abilities. They have different starting bonuses, and they have different like level ups abilities, as well as the relics that each of them get that are personalized. So it's a lot of stuff that they've added, and so I really like the goat because it gives you lots of food, and food is a pain in the butt sometimes to get. Um, and and so some of them are there's different so kind of like civilization games. They have a technology victory, which is called lore in this game. There is a just straight up domination victory, which you just wipe out the other clans. There's lore. Um, there is also a fame victory where fame is the level up part of it, and then there's the trade victory. And I forget the last one. Did I do trade, fame, conquest, lore? Oh, and there's like the map specific one. So if I'm making weird faces, it's because my fiance is telling me sweet nothings and interrupting all of my thoughts. So, but we're gonna get through this. I'm gonna talk about how this game is played, and we're gonna do it. So you have to build. We're gonna build. So we have to in order to. She's not saying dirty things. She's just laughing at me. In order to explore and go into any of the neighboring regions, you have to build a scout camp, and then you have to put people into it. So then once they go to it, you can tell them to explore specific spots. So I tell them to explore specific spots. That way I can get these 3 areas, sometimes it's 4 areas around it. But then you have to try to get ones that don't have enemies. So this one has 2 wolves on them, even though this has fertile land, which is really good food producing area. So you have to find a space that doesn't have any enemies on it, in order to get it without having to fight them, because you would have to build a specific building to do that. So this one is really good because it has this one has a lore producing area. This is lots of spaces for buildings, and it has a farm. The farm produces a lot of food. This one will be like a nice secondary one because it has sheep. My faction has like this special ability where like you can put sheeps on a pasture, and ooh, this will be a good secondary one. Put sheeps on a pasture, and oh my gosh. So once I have this done, I can have people. This is so confusing. So I'm building a farm right now. This will help me produce food, and I have to assign people to work it. And once I do, then I can have increased food, because right now I'm losing food. And so while my scouts explore these areas, because they have to fill this little circle up, while they explore those different regions, I'll be accumulating resources, trying to increase my food production, because you use food to also colonize different areas. So Unfortunately, we're at max population because I forgot to build a house before building the farm, but it's okay. We'll get wood soon. So there we go. So you can have at max 2 people per building until you upgrade them, or if you have special faction abilities. So these are the different tech trees. If you see a little animal symbol, like this one has a goat because that's my clan symbol, that's those special factions abilities. So you'll be unlocking them by getting lore, and your people naturally will give you some lore, but it's better to get specific buildings like these that will give you lore, and that will buff your science, basically your science production. It's yelling at me because I don't have houses, so I'll build one. And so this area down here tells you the different workers that you have, and so you can you can click them, and then it will send as many workers there as possible in order to fill up that building or complete that job. So there's villagers which build things and just naturally collect food in areas, and then there's like the different jobs. So there's woodcutters, farmers, hunters, fishermen, merchant, sailors, loremen, brewer, uh, miners, healers, smiths, and scouts. And then these are the military units, when I will discuss when we get to that. But at the beginning, you're just trying to gather food and wood because this is a yearly game, so it's like it goes in months. Because when you get to winter, um, food production is reduced and wood consumption is increased because they're heating their homes and they can't produce. They're not finding as much food. So it's pretty important to stock up your first couple, like your first year. You're just you just you're just trying to build up resources. So you're just getting like the stuff around you, and yeah. So in order to be able to have an effective, like be able to effectively expand further, because the first couple of ones that you colonize are really cheap, but then they get more expensive. So I believe it doesn't double, but it goes up by a certain factor. So like this one will be 80, and I think the next one will be 120 maybe. But now we can do a sheepfold, because so sheepfold allows you to enclose your sheep and produce food, which is really nice. So I'm going to build that and then put all of these sheep, because otherwise sheep just give you they just decrease the wood consumption during the winter, because it's assumed that they shear off the wool and use them as like clothing or insulation, or I guess fuel as well. But with this special, with my clan, I can use them to also produce food. So my sheepfold, go my sheep, produce me food, and it's great because it's like they don't count as my population, and they just produce food, and they don't take food away from me. So it's wicked. Gosh dang it. So you're what the? Oh yes, okay. So sometimes you'll get attacked, and so by the natural wildlife, and then sometimes your scouts will get injured while out exploring. So that means you'll have to create a healer's hut to heal your people. So, and what I usually do is I just tell them to come back after they're exploring that one spot and have them heal themselves. And then have someone else take their place in the scout zone. So that way you're always having people doing stuff, and because once they're done healing, unless you get a certain tech, they don't do anything else. So um, so this is the map specific victory thing. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. So the corrupted Valkyrie are the toughest enemies that the game naturally spawns. And this thing just infinite spawns them until you defeat them. So that's going to be a pain in the butt, especially since it's decently near to my stuff. It's time to build another hat. Not a hat, but a house. Because my population is almost maxed. We should have a good amount of foods. And see, there we go. Now we have lore. I usually get the wood cutters because you always need wood in order to build more things. But then also for winter, you'll use a lot more. So, and then once you research 6 texts, essentially texts, you get blessings from the gods. And so one of them makes winters less harsh. Another one gives you happiness, which you can't grow unless you have a positive 0 or greater happiness. And the more happiness you have, the faster they'll grow. And then this one gives you basically building and upgrade resources, which we cannot talk about once we actually have the stuff for that. We're losing money. And we can gain money by either building markets or having our population go out on Viking raids. So I think I'll do that. Oh, Mitch, you're at the max spot. Bugger. Guess we could do it here. Because this one we'll have to do a woodcutter's lodge, because that will give us slightly more wood just by having it here because it's a forest. Some tiles have special bonuses, which you can see if I press the I button. It tells you all the different things about it, how many buildings you can have on them, natural resources that it has, and FEIs and enemies, which is a really nice thing. Keep a quick look of being like, okay, this is what this has. I only have one scout, so have someone else go scout. Alright, so we have a decent amount of food and wood. So let's have them go be Vikings. And so, unless there's a villager in that area, it won't automatically build. But if they do have someone in that area, they'll automatically just go and build it. So it's kind of like it is kind of an RTS, but it's more just like managing your civilization and your engine and making sure it's the most efficient as possible. I like it because it's not necessarily super quick, but it's like a half-hour, 40-minute game. And it's fun just seeing the different maps and just the different text that you unlock, how that helps you do better, and the different factions have different abilities too, so it's super nice. See, this healer isn't healing, so now he has no purpose. Except we do have this guy wounded here, so he'll come back and heal himself. Okay, so click that, and then we have two people. I do appreciate the fact that regardless of gender, any job can be fulfilled by him. So it's nice. Under attack again. It's that wolf again. So I'll have him come back and heal. So we need, what do we need? We need happiness. So we need to expand again. So if you don't expand often enough, your people will be grumpy with you. Yeah, so the different civilians down here in this corner do different, fulfill different roles. Yeah, so this one the villager will build or just automatically gather wood, but so the woodcutter has to be assigned to a specific woodcutter's lodge in order to be able to cut. So that's why you build the specific buildings. So like I couldn't have sent them on a raid without the longship dock. So the different buildings unlock different jobs for them, but some of them, like you'll notice, I can't build the Hunter's Lodge because I don't have a source of deer near me. And there's actually no sources of deer anywhere near me. So I likely won't build this game, which is one of the things I like about it that makes it replayable. Actually, we'll make one person be Rin person. So yeah, one of the nice things about this game is that the only finite source of resources are the iron deposits and the stone deposits. The trees are infinite. If I had a deer, even though they kill the deer, those come back. If you kill the wolves, they'll keep coming unless you kill like the wolf den. So. And like this one, it will randomly have a wolf that will go into your borders unless you kill that. Once you kill that wolf, there's no more wolves that will spawn there. Gosh dang it, stop getting hurt. Okay, so my people are unhappy because we're not expanding quick enough for them. So I might have to... So I've run out of... Yeah, I need to... Unfortunately, I wanted to build a woodcutter spot here, but I have to build a warrior's thing in order to take this spot because your villagers cannot go into non-friendly areas. So you have to build a fighting unit, and yeah, that's... I've run out of spaces to expand without enemies. Fortunately, you can unbuild buildings later. And so like this one says just cancel the construction, but for this one it says destroy building, and it will give me a refund, a portion of it. So what I often do is once the whole map is explored, I'll delete the scout camp. Okay. And you had to pay to equip these people, and if you put them in another job, you don't get refunded on their equipment fees. So usually what happens is I'll just keep them in that role unless I absolutely need them, and usually it's not a problem. And so that should get us up, increase our happiness. And then a scout. Did these die? Okay, no, we didn't. We just need to have another person work there. Okay, so then this one will increase my healing speed, and the healers will gather food when they're not busy. So it's a great way. It's not any more than what they would normally do when they're just normally gathering food, but you can upgrade the healers in that building to make them gather more food. So, oh bugger, I need to colonize not Quack, because I'm going to lose 170 food. Shoot. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. So people will die. That's the only way that you can lose people. So if that person had died, then that population count would have gone down. But then there's an events that'll pop up every year that will happen up. So this year it's rats will attack my food stores. And then other years it's the blizzard will be worse. It's fleas on rats. So you just want to try to use up as much as either have warehouses. Yeah, the health bar is a little bit small. we need is resource gathering. Alright, did he... Alright, I'm pulling it back before he gets hurt. Gosh dang it. Another scout got hurt. Okay, we only lost 31 food. That's good. Now there is buildings that will increase your happiness. There's a brewery, so they get drunk. Oh. So this is another faction. You can't explore into their territory that they've claimed unless you upgrade your thing. You can't upgrade your buildings until you have stone. So I'm going to build a mining hut. And so the mining hut is the one where you will frequently build it and then destroy it, because once it's been mined, the building is useless and it will otherwise just increase upkeep. So. Shush, hush your face. So this is a ruins, and so you'll be able to... Where am I getting attacked from? Sorry, I was dealing with that wolf. So when you explore here, you'll get often lore and money. It can be other things as well. So... And so one of the other nice things about this game is very, I wouldn't say it's very abstract, but it's like it doesn't matter as much as where you build your buildings. So like I can build my mine all the way in this corner and they will still be gathering stone. It's not how fast it takes them to get to that. So there is nothing you can really do to change the look of your settlement. There's not like you can build decorations or anything like that. So there we go. Yep. So that was a one-time thing, and so this one gave me gold and lore. What I usually like to do, since I play as the goat people that love sheep, is if you congregate your food production buildings and you put a silo on there, it increases all food production. I'm not sure if it does that for sheep, but I would like to think that it does. And then once winter hits, you also get decreased combat capabilities, unless you have, again, researched tech. Okay, so come back here. We actually are losing food, but that's okay. Because there is a max food as well. So. Oh no. Okay, so these portals will spawn Draugr, basically undead Viking warriors, and it's annoying because I only have one warrior person, so I'll have to change someone's production. Give the sheep a gun. I will not give a sheep a gun. These has been random comments from my viewer. Sheep, sheep, sheep. Hidden sheep. Okay, so let's build another sheep hole. My very special viewer. Nice. So when eventually we get to mining this resource right here that will be used to upgrade things. And one of the abilities is this is it's free to upgrade the tools of the farmers, hunters, and fishermen. Oh man, I just told all of my workers to move over there. Bulls don't go over there. Stop getting hurt. Gosh dang it. Where's the sheep? Where's the sheep? Where's the sheep, Robin? So the buildings do not change based on what faction you have, unfortunately. Wait. Come back to that sheep. I have 5 sheep because there's a extra one in this region over here. Come here, sheepy. Okay, go like that. Oh, bugger. I need another dude to be another person to be a warrior. My territory is under attack. Oh no, the joggers are awful. Don't die. Please don't die. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. No, I need as much food as possible. So I will... No, I need all of the food production possible. I know. I only have so many people. One farm, two farm. Blue farm, two farm. Oh, my scout just died. Gosh dang it. So, fortunately, that just temporarily decreases my population. People will get back, because the town hall always makes people, unless my people are unhappy. That guy is a scout from another faction. He played the dragon. So the dragons are very hard to play as because they have slaves, and so the slaves require constant attention because if they're outnumbered, the citizen population, then they'll revolt, and so it's really weird. It's an interesting mechanic, but it sometimes can be hard to rapidly expand because you're always having to pay in order to get more slaves. But thankfully we warded off those people. We need to find a spot that has... So the Valkyrie's going to be a pain in the butt to kill. So we're going to have to do the border raiding tactic where you... it's super difficult, so we have to do the border raiding thing where we like go back and forth across until they heal. But yeah, so getting back to the different factions. So the dragons have like a bar in the top hand corner that gives them like a special ability depending on how much people they've sacrificed, and that bar steadily decreases over time. And the bar also will rotate. It's a really interesting mechanic, but you have to spend so much money in order to keep on getting slaves because you can use those slaves to sacrifice as that, but then they also help production. So it's a really wonky mechanic, and it's kind of hard to be able to aggressively expand. But the sheep clan, not the sheep, the goat clan that I have focuses on just having a bunch of food. There's the boars that I think they're more techy. The wolves are just super aggressive. Oh, bugger. She wasn't supposed to target that same one. No. She died. She died being a hero. There's people. We need to kill this person so we can get more spots. But yeah, so Valkyries are a pain in the butt. They just murder and they have a bunch of health. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Oh my gosh. So yeah, this year's thing is it's a blizzard. There we go. That's going to be annoying because that's going to take up lots of resources. So I'll probably not use any more things. But yay, now I have a space that will give me damage bows. Stop hammer time. But then it also gives me like plenty of space to have buildings and stuff like that. So see, the mine has been depleted. So then I just destroy that building, and now and then I turn them back into civilians. Actually, just go to food. There we go. Yeah, that is something that I wish the health bars were a little bit bigger. I guess it doesn't help that my color, because those I think are the color of your faction. My color is like a dark blue, so. Gosh dang it, stop getting hurt. Okay, so one of the victories is trade, and that one always gets me from surprise because they just it's so annoying. Doubt it. Okay, so we have to we can build a woodcutter's pot here. So you can pay a one-time fee to upgrade it and allow yourself to build another building. I also have the tech that will. Sorry, I thought I was being attacked. That will allow you to build another building. So that's what I did in order to build a woodcutter's. Okay, you're done. You're gonna come back. You're hurt. The upgraded looks like this. So it has like dark gray on the house. So here. So I'll show you. So for this one, that's how it looks normally, and then when you upgrade it, yeah. So it's nice because all of the houses can be upgraded, or all of the buildings can be upgraded. So I don't think I want that yet. You can move the woodcutters. And so just like the development is a one-time thing, upgrading is a one-time thing. That applies to buildings and to people's tools. how bad the blizzard's going to be, so because we might tank in wood and food. So we're gonna need more people on wood. Oh no! Stop! 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 We got 2 joggers. No! Stop, jogger! Stop! And so if there's gonna be units in that area, they'll decolonize it and take it away from you, which is annoying. Oh no! That was so bad. Why was there 2? We need to get rid of this. Here's. So we need to start mining some iron so we can upgrade some units. Right, so we have this amount. So yeah, see our wood and food is just tanked, so that's why I didn't let it build up. Let's increase my military thing because I need to be able to defend. So yeah, the first time I played this, I did no clue what was going on, and so like I think I died, and because I was like I didn't know what text to do, I didn't know what to build, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is this? But once you play it a couple times, you kind of realize, oh, this is when you should do this and that, kind of thing. So, once the blizzard is over, I'll probably build another storehouse right there to increase the food production over here, but then to also increase max food supply. And then I also need a mine over here. So that's what we're going to do in this next year. We're going to storehouse, mine, and we're also going to skirmish raid into the over here so we can take it and not have to worry about joggers showing up anymore. Because our civilians can generally deal with wolves, but joggers are a little bit harder, and Valkyries are nigh impossible. This place is nice because it's a circle of stone, so it produces lore. Because the only places you can produce lore is at runestones or circles of lore. You can build runestones, but they're kind of pricey. So, sweet. So probably don't need that much wood. Where are they getting attacked? Gosh dang it, stop it. Okay. Another thing that they added is the military pass, so you can do different paths that give you upgrades and stuff like that. So, so the one I picked was you get more people that you can put in your military instead of just having to build buildings like these, like the military buildings. You can build defensive towers that will also allow you to. Alright, no, you're coming back. You're gonna die. What's it gonna? Oh yeah, silo. Okay, so there. And then we're going to build a mine. And then we're going to do border raids. Okay. Actually, before I do that, I do want sugar. Push your face. I'm getting more happiness. I know. Those ungrateful peoples. Ungrateful swines. Okay. Right, as soon as this is built, I'll get 2 more people to be. The people do have names. That is something that's kind of nice. So, although you can't change them. Okay, so mine. So we can finally upgrade our people. So the shields, the bearers are good against ranged units and towers. So then you also get the benefit of clearing the Chogger Tomb of getting the 50 fame and some iron, which is nice. And so I use that iron to get a war chief. And so the war chiefs are different based on what factions you have. But now we finally have lots more spaces to go, so buildings aren't going to be as big of a problem. So I'll probably build a blacksmith over here. Once we have a buildup of iron. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about wolves. We could, yeah, let's colonize this. So what do they just, okay, so we need to build an alcohol building. And we also, let's build a tower. The tower, thankfully, do not count against your building totals. Gosh dang it. My scout died. I'm gonna probably want to build a tower in here too. Because of the Valkyries, we'll just keep raiding into it. So towers protects the areas from enemies by shooting at them. And so where you build them actually does kind of matter because the enemies will target that tower. So they will move towards it and attack it first. So, but meanwhile, the tower will start shooting at them as soon as they enter the territory. Which we might get it. We would have gotten it a demonstration of it if they had finished it sooner. Oh, gosh. How much is another tower? It's kind of pricey money, but it's okay. So let's see. Let's get some more knowledge. So I'm gonna colonize this, and then I'll get more knowledge production. You're done. What did you say? Yeah, so the different colors on the map are my competitors. So this is the Raven Clan, so they're focused on trading. This is the Wolves, so they're super aggro and offensive, and this is the um, Dragons. So those are the slaves right there, and they produce less, but they consume less food. So the bears are um, just another enemy. So that's like a upgraded version of a wolf. So you can't go into that area until that bear is killed. Oh, the bear faction? Well, the bear faction isn't in this game, but the bear faction has a bear. Um, they do better in winter. Yeah, like it has a bear. Not all of the factions have their animals. So like I have a goat, but I don't have goats. I just have sheeps. Like it has like a bear that will fight for you. That'll get us some happiness. And then the next person that comes out, well, I'll do a blacksmith down here. Gosh dang it. No. I don't have enough money to build a lighthouse, because the lighthouse you trade money for happiness and for the trade um, commercial influence. So, no, I lost some food. So now my healers have to heal all the sick people, but the sick people will keep on getting hurt. So. So he's going to build the smithy. Do we still need to keep cutting? We'll stop with the high wood production. So we don't need that much wood production. But yeah, it's kind of nice just to be able to sit back and just watch your people do their stuff. And, because it's not like a lot of clicks per minute, kind of just like, I need to move my units here, I need to move my units over here, kind of like StarCraft. Yeah, I think it's StarCraft. That's a tough game for me to play because you just have lots of just constant tension. And this one is kind of more relaxed. You're just watching people build up their civ, fighting against some mythical creatures. It's nice. Oh, the dragon person actually expanded quite a bit. So they're almost done exploring. So once they do, I can get rid of that. So, oops, I didn't need to do that. Do that. Where's I ended again? They must have come. So that's almost done. Okay, so we want to go kill these so we can go get that territory. We can get more science production. We're going to need to build another house. Alright, so let's upgrade woodcutters and the healers. So the miners. So, alright, so then we're gonna go in here. Yeah, I can't hear your fan, so you're good. So we're gonna come in here, clear this out. Hopefully don't lose anyone. So we'll retreat for a second. Too many moved. Shh, that's okay. Okay. You never know. Alright. I guess I can love YouTube, stream and YouTube, but that was for my fiance. So what are you upgrading? Woodcutters. There we go. Perfect. Sweet. People are over happy. And we got a bunch of people brewing alcohol. So have us spawn where people could burn. Attacking. Yay! One free feast, and that means more food. I'm a Jarl. I'm a Jarl, Harry. Woodcutter's tool has been improved. Get a new attack. So we need money. So we'll do that. And let's see, where should we put our money? Let's put our money right here. Yeah, we actually do need more money. So he'll mine that stone. That's super important that we get all of it right now. What we need right now is money. So we'll put a marketplace, which is where you can buy resources if you need extra, and then there's a trader's post, trading post, where you can build trading routes with other people to get more money at the expense of giving away your food. So yeah, see, the tower is attacking them while he's walking his sweet time down there. There we go. Easy peasy. Good work there. Okay, we need more people. so much money. Okay. So I've explored everything. There we go. That one at a time. You know what? We could take that. How about we upgrade that first? So that way they can heal faster. Okay, that one person is coming back. And that way they can also produce more food. So that's a Draugrs too. I'll upgrade this. Let's see. How much food to get this one? 430. Jeez, nice. Okay, also all of the workers here. God, you don't need all of that for production. Holy moly. Okay, what else can you upgrade? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, shoot. Please stop, please stop. I didn't realize. Jeez, that's so mean, dude. How dare you attack me? Who is that? The Ravens? You mean person. There we go. Oh, I didn't realize we were going to be at war now. You are butt nugget. Almost done. Almost done. Increase that money making. There we go. So I'm doing decent on lore. I'm just losing on trade, but I think I'm a little bit farther than that on trade and Northing. No, protect them. They get attacked. with everyone today. Die. Die, potato. Oh, good. We have quite sizable food production. Ooh, we have quite a few people. Let's see, what can we do with them? We can apply it over here. Fisherman still has been upgraded. Holy moly. So we need to start upgrading these. There we go. That'll increase food by a lot. Get a free tower upgrade because of my military perk. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Oh. Just waiting. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to do. Because you can build. Oh, do I have the tech for that? I do. Okay, good. Build a lore stone. Right. Okay. I have those two people mine that. Then whenever they're done with that, I can turn them into a villager. And yeah, okay. Oh shoot, I did not. Gosh dang it, I wasted that. I hate how that is like such a big thing. I was like, oh, I had to upgrade that. 100 monies? I'll have to get to the old vendor. Oh, no, no. Don't have that money. Oh, yes, man. So the relic will take a lot longer to manufacture, but once you build it, you can only build one, and but then you can build it and you can build it anywhere, but it does take one of your building slots, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. have so much food protection. $100? What? So cheap. Oh, that's right. I need to build defensive towers because the one dude will just there's some raiding parties, and if you don't, actually, I'll get rid of that. And that will just make it produce a lot more money. See, jumped up 7. Now I have so much room here. So I'll probably build a Viking longship dock so I can get more money and more lore. And I don't know what else. Ah, bugger. See, should have built it faster. I forgot. I keep forgetting about that. Might be a little bit hairy this winter, but it's okay. There we go. That'll help a lot. Yay! What do we need? We need 3 more techs to win. Oh my gosh, we can have even more food production. That's what I was waiting for. Just waiting for a villager to spawn and not automatically. Not that. I guess. Because I need more money. Free tower upgrade. I was like, how did I get 3? That's not mine. There you go. So I should hold them off until can get back to. Does that mean the blizzard's gonna be a pain in the butt? Thankfully, we have a boku amount of food. It's just the wood that's gonna be. So we'll see. Ooh, yep, we're gonna have to buy some food or wood. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't have to get rid of that. All right. Oh, that was so expensive. So if it gets down to 0, my people will start freezing, which means they'll get sick and they can die. And I didn't think I needed 2 wood cutting places. Silly me. There we go, that's a little bit better. But it's gonna have to do because I don't have enough money for more wood. Yes. So much more. I think I can upgrade anything else. Oh. There we go. Yay! Golly, that was so much decrease in everything. But we're gonna feast and we'll buff everything up again. Put a house here, so I think we'll. As soon as you're done with that. Clear ones better houses. I hate it when they do that. It's just like, be happy with the houses you live in. Alright, so I need 4 more to build that. I got no money. So I can't buy. So much food production. Get a free feast. Yeah. Another tech. Okay, so free feast. We're using that. Buff up everything. Okay. So we're gonna attack into here so that I can use some of this food because otherwise we're gonna go stockpiling it. Well, lost a warrior. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to build this. We're going to start having a trade route so we can make that money. So we don't need that much. And we can get more money from that. And then we're going to win the game. Do I get my free tower upgrade? Oh, there you go. A little bit worse. Yeah, your house is. Excuse me. Protects the engine. Alright, over there. There you go. Don't protect some more. Sheep. There we go. Boku food production. So much food. So, 707. Y'all are done. Another marketplace. Thankfully that upgrades stay even if you have to destroy the building. So much food. I need to trade it all away. Trade it away, trade it away, trade it away now. I guess I could like pull some people off of food production. alcohol. That's what I can do. Just make another brewery right here. I think we should probably go and attack them. Maul, my dude. Just barely damaged me. There we go. Much more. There we go. There's my free defense attack. Make more beer. It's okay. Your production is low, but that's okay. Oh, bugger. Kill them all. Oh, I need to make her a civilian so that I can repair this. There we go. Oh wait, it doesn't burn to the ground. Jeez Louise. So much food protection. Go faster, move faster. Stop attacking my peoples. There we go. You are a plague upon society, sir. A plague. And we're back to being ridiculous food production. He's tanking it, tanking it. Kill them all. Refeast. What the fudge? Well, screw you. I won. Didn't even recognize that I was being attacked. Jeez. Oh, that was the game. Holy moly, that was tough. And yeah, so here's a little end game shindig thing. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed this game. I think I've gotten good enough to be able to play medium difficulty, even though medium difficulty forces you to be aggressive and like to um, keep expanding and stuff like that, and it's a lot harder. If you play in like low, because low difficulty or easy difficulty, it's all about like, oh, you're just having fun and you're exploring. And it's honestly kind of fun like that too. But like I said, there's a lot of different factions, so I'll go over the factions real quick. I'll change my colors. But I'm not gonna play another one, but so there's different factions. So the Stag is very good at beginning expanding out really quickly, and then it has bonuses to producing more fame, so they're more geared to a fame victory. And then, like I said, they get more production of everything. So there's a pretty good basic one, but I prefer the goat one, obviously because I played that one today, but because they just have a ridiculous amount of food. And if you have that much food, you can expand really quickly. You can also trade it really quick. Trade it if you have like multiple marketplaces, and then um, you get like you can get the free feasts and stuff like that. So I think I like it more than the stag. Fenrir is just tough to play as because they're super aggressive, so they require just constant attacking. And so they do get food from killing wildlife, so wolves and brown bears, but I don't think that's it. I don't know. The the ravens is really good with trading, so they also get the bonus of colonizing with money instead of food. But then they can do those mercenary raids that you saw a little bit, where they just come in, land troops, and it's more like they get like a one-time bonus of like 100 food, and I don't think they don't steal that from that person. It's just they get it in the raid, and then they also harass the people that are there if you don't have towers. Um, but so like they're pretty good at the economic one. And then the bear, this is the one I'm talking about where it actually gets a bear unit. But then, like I said, they also do a lot better in the winter. So they food and firewood penalties get decreased, and they get some techs that like you heal during the winter. And then the boar, they get lore instead of food while they're not healing. And you know how I had to always upgrade my houses because they're like, we want better houses. The poor people don't care. Um, and so they're a lot better at lore stuff because even so when they become Jarl, when they get that better, more fame, when they reach that level, they get more benefits out of their lore stuff too. So it's a really good lore one. I'll skip the snake for now. The dragon, this one is, like I said, tried to say a little bit earlier, they have these thralls, those are their slaves, and you can only get through buying them. There is a tech that you can unlock that you can enslave them, have a chance of enslaving them from other people, but it's hard to do that. And like their military units can only be like, you can do like, send them to a unit, and like they're permanently that military unit, and they only have one. So it's a little bit wonky, but it's a different mechanic, and that's why I got it. I mean, all of the clans have different mechanics, and even the expansion ones, they're really cool. So, the Snake Clan, I haven't played with them, and they only pop up in your game if you own them, but at least in single player. But they don't do any fame stuff, and so they, it's I thought it was really cool because she just ages up. So each in the in game, there's different years, right? And so this one takes, no matter how well you're doing with fame or whatever, because that varies, this one she will always level up. And so like it's kind of cool how they can just go around and I don't know, it seems like an interesting playstyle. And then the horse, which is basically dwarves because they are all about craftsmanship. So they have a forge, and instead of anyone becoming a smithy, working at the smithy, the heroes do, and they can also mine, whereas normal heroes can't. Oh, you also can't get miners. Interesting. So that takes a whole lot. Like that, I really want this one because you can don't have to worry about mining and stuff like that. You can just have your heroes and they will just um, they will get it. So I'm guessing you either start with them or they doesn't cost iron because normally war chiefs cost iron. And so for most of them, you don't really know who they are. But for the expansion ones, they've been kind of, or at least for the snake and the dwarves, they've been focusing more on having special clan leaders, war chiefs. So this one is, you know, Dane Self and Tierfing. Um, they can mine and forge stuff. So it'd be really cool. And each one has really cool different things. They're only $5 each, but I'm gonna wait until the Steam Summer Sale to get on sale. But it's fun. I hope you've enjoyed today's game, even though it might have been weird with some random half conversations because I can hear my fiance when she says stuff. So, but thanks for watching, and good night, everyone, and see you next time.